Imagine it's February 2018 and you're about to walk into Snowflake on your first day at work. What does it feel like? Take us back then to what it was going to be for the next 30 days or 90 days.
My first day was actually the first day of their fiscal year, and it was a QBR session for 2 days down in San Mateo. And I just walked in ready to learn. I think there's no better time to join the company than the start of the year when you've got QBRs, you've got sales kickoff, you get this accelerated learning environment. My first week was kind of consumed with QBRs. My second, we were in Tahoe for a sales kickoff, which actually was the entire company at that point, which is 370 employees. They'd bring everybody out to Tahoe. And they were just instituting this methodology called Force Management Command of the Message. And Command of the Message is really a framework for guiding a customer conversation and being able to understand a customer's current state and the negative consequences of that current state, their desired future state, and the positive business outcomes of that future state, the requirements that would be needed for them to achieve those positive business outcomes, and then understanding how they would measure whether or not your product would meet those capabilities, and then being able to flip and articulate, well, here's how we meet those required capabilities. Here's how we do it differently, uniquely, or better than many of our competitors. And then here's some customer proof. Here's examples of other customers that we've helped do that. So it was a really interesting time because it was very clear to me, and we'll talk later about my MongoDB experience where we used that same methodology and it was the same process in terms of onboarding, but it was dialed. I'll just say that it was not dialed when I started. We were very much trying to figure that out at Snowflake. That was kind of my first couple weeks on the job. And then going into the field, literally, I distinctly remember going to my first customer meeting and asking one of our reps, well, what's our standard meeting deck that we use? And he's like, oh, we don't have one. Like, everybody just kind of does their own thing. And I was like, okay, this is going to be fun. There's going to be some building here. And so I really leaned in with all the people that were having success. And I said, well, what do you do? Like, how do you approach a first meeting? And then I tried to build for a lot of our sellers, here's a structure that we can use in first meetings. And I think there's a real balance between creating a framework that is predictable, scalable, repeatable, but not a template, and not mandating that everybody sounds like machines where it's the exact same message by every single person. You want to allow for enough framework for people to tailor the message and sell in their own unique ways and really hone in on the things that they do well, in part because it will help them be more effective, but also in part because if you continue that documentation and collaboration, it's just going to keep getting better because that's how you scale it. It's constantly evolving. To this day, literally over winter break, I'm looking at what some of my reps are doing that are different than others. And I'm saying, how do we incorporate this such that more people are using these components?